Well, hello, everyone. This is Paul Richard, and I am your host on the Leverage Podcast. And today we've got Tim Wand with us. And Tim, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
It's good to have you, brother. I know you're a busy man, a lot of things going on, after the hailstorm and other things. You've got a growing business there in Springfield, based in Springfield, Missouri. Give us a little background about Tim. I know you're how do you say it? You are entrepreneurial spirit to the max. Okay. I know that from hearing you speak before. And, yes. So tell us a little bit about your background and who's Tim Wand?
Yeah. So I started college when I was 16.
Wow.
Taking college classes on top of high school classes at the same time. Back when I was 16 years old, I thought I wanted to be an automotive engineer. So I did all that and decided that I don't want to turn wrenches every day. So then I went and switched courses, and after everything, I switched from computers to chemistry to biology to training in the medical field. Went and did my EMT, was working on paramedic stuff and everything, and working on pre-med in college all at the same time, and just decided that I wanted to quit medical field and just start running trash. So
where'd you go to college?
I went to OTC, Brigham Young University. I did an online class at Penn State. I went to Drury University, and then I did a couple of courses over at MSU.
Wow.
So
you've had
everywhere.
a lot of, a lot of education all over the place. That's cool. I actually share a little bit of that. I went to the University of Nebraska, as I think you've seen in my presentation, and I took industrial marketing there. Up until last night, my wife goes, "Didn't you take electrical engineering in college?" I go, "No, dear. We've been married 7 years, and she still doesn't get that." But it's funny. And so, but I did go to, I took a 2-year automotive technology certification and went through that too. So I was like, in a sense, like you in some regards, where I wanted to have that mechanical engineering side, and then I also had the business development side going on. So how long ago did you start Roll Off Express?
About 5 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, October will be 5 years.
And was it did you start with a trailer and a pickup truck, or how did you get the thing rolling?
Pickup truck, trailer, and a couple dumpsters.
Wow.
Then now we're running full semis, and my Peterbilt 567 just landed in Miami, Oklahoma, finishing up getting built. Yeah, it landed this morning.
So landed, where do they actually manufacture them there, or where do they manufacture them?
So it was manufactured down near, I believe it was Dallas, Texas, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Down in Texas. I don't remember what city it was in, but they manufactured it there. And then it went to Tulsa, Oklahoma to Rush Peterbilt. And then from Rush Peterbilt, it went down to Miami, Oklahoma, which is the guy who manufactures all of my hoists and dumpsters and everything.
Okay. And give us some specs on this new one. What's the specs on that baby?
Yeah. The big truck that we just ordered, it's a 10-wheel truck. It's got 8 wheels on the back, 2 on the front. The front axle will be able to hold 20,000 pounds, and the rear axle will be able to hold 46,000. So we'd be able to legally and safely carry 66,000 pounds on top of the truck.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a lot of weight we can carry.
Yeah, no kidding. Now, is this thing a fifth wheel, or is it one continuous frame, or how is it set up?
It's one continuous frame. So it's in the industry, it's called a hook lift truck. It basically uses a big hook like this to lift dumpsters up onto a straight frame.
Okay. And is it then it tilts? I'm guessing it tilts down then.
No, it doesn't tilt. It comes level with the truck. So
okay,
when it's
okay.
in its full position to where it's sitting where it's supposed to be, for travel it looks like a dump truck. But then whenever you can literally set these boxes on the ground.
Oh, okay, okay. So that's a Peterbilt.
Yeah.
And then there's a custom shop in Florida that's doing all the hydraulics and everything.
It's not Florida. It's Miami, Oklahoma.
Oh, Miami though. Oh, I thought you meant Miami, Florida. Okay.
No.
Okay.
No, Oklahoma. I like keeping my manufacturers close. Hour and a half away.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah.
Oh. But
very good.
These hook lift trucks, they're the most versatile trucks you could buy on the market right now. It's a hook lift that can pick up a flatbed skid. So you can literally put anything on the flatbed. You could put a concrete mixer, you could put a power washing setup on it, you can use it as a car hauler, dumpsters, storage pods. There's like 100 different uses this truck can be used for.
Wow.
So.
Well, yeah, my other screen, I was just trying to Google something like that, Peterbilt hook lift truck, and I kind of see what you're talking about because it's hard to visualize.
Oh, it is.
Something like that,
Yeah, so as I said, the hook lift technology first started with the military. The military had these probably 70s and 80s. But for the waste industry, it's a new system probably within the last 10 years.
So let me share something here. Is this close?
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
That's what it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a beast. That is a beast.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So if I remember right from your presentation, you will have the largest capacity in all of Springfield, right?
So it won't be the largest lifting capacity. There's a couple of trucks that can lift 75,000 pounds.
Okay.
This truck that I bought, it will do 75,000, but it's not rated for it. It's rated for 50,000 pounds. And quite frankly, I don't want to be that heavy.
Sure. Now, what on the back of that, what would really get to that weight level? Are we talking about what size dumpster filled with what would get to that weight usually?
And it really depends on what you're loading it. If you can have a 15-yard dumpster full of wet sand and you're at 30 to 40,000 pounds.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
But
okay.
I also run 30-yarders, and the 30-yarder I dumped this morning was 2,100 pounds. It was just lightweight stuff. So it really just depends on what you're throwing in there. You can get 30-yarders to weigh 80,000 pounds. You just a bunch of concrete in there or a bunch of sand, and you're at 80,000 pounds.
So when your dumpsters are out, how do you gauge whether which truck to go pick it up with based upon what factors?
Yeah, so like residential side of things, majority of your residential customers or my residential customers is not going to be above 6,000 pounds.
Okay.
Not unless they're, I don't know, mom passed away and mom was a gigantic book collector.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
Heavy, but
yeah,
but
absolutely.
Majority of the time, most of my residential stuff, they weigh 2,000 to 3,000 pounds on average, unless they're doing like a roof remodel on their house. But a lot of the times they tell us what they're doing with them. Like right now, I've got a dumpster out on Sunshine at Discount Tire. It's a 10-yarder 10-yard dumpster out there, but I know they're going to put tile in it. They're going to load that thing up with tile and concrete, and so like that one, I know it's going to weigh about 16 to 20,000 pounds.
Okay, so this Peterbilt here, do you have another truck that would be able to take that weight below this one, or do you need something this size?
Yeah, so the truck I currently have in my possession now will lift 22,000.
Okay.
So although this tile dumpster we're getting ready to go pick up on Monday, it's going to be pushing the limits of this truck, but the truck will still do it. Now, if we would have dropped a 15 or 20 yarder there for the tile, then there's just no way this truck would lift it.
Got it.
And so that's
Okay.
That's kind of where my knowledge comes in, with where, you know what, if you're going to be loading with heavy material, I'm not going to give you a 30-yard dumpster. I'm going to give you something smaller to limit how much weight you can throw in there. So.
And then as far as the how do you decide on how much to charge? What factors go into that?
There is a ton of factors. What's killing us right now is diesel costs. I've got to calculate the amount of diesel I'm going to use to bring you a dumpster, which most people think you're only 4 miles down the road from me. It shouldn't be that much. Well, it's 4 miles to bring it to you, 4 miles to go back to my lot, 4 miles to come pick it up, and then it's 9 miles to go dump it, 9 miles to my lot. So that all adds up. So I got to add all that together. The dumpster capacity is also calculated. So what size of dumpster you're wanting, how long you're wanting to keep it for, and then there's also weight. There's also weight variables that we have to take in. I get billed by the ton, not by the cubic yard. So I would much prefer it to be by the cubic yard, because then I can just be like, yeah, it's $400 flat price, no matter what you throw in it. But we get billed by the ton, so if you throw a ton in there, I get billed for 1 ton. You put 2 tons, I get billed for 2 tons, and so on and so on. So that plays a factor into it. And then what also plays a factor into it is availability. You know, I own 60 dumpsters. If I've got 40 or 50 dumpsters on my lot, I'm likely to get you a better deal on it because I want to get them out.
Sure.
But like right now, I've got a single 20-yard dumpster available and 2 30s. And then I think I have 4 15-yarders. So in total, I have like 9 dumpsters available out of the 60. At this point, I'm not really inclined to give discounts. So that plays a factor too.
What's the mix of the sizes that you have available?
Yeah, so I did mention the 10-yarders. We use our 10-yarders as rock boxes only. So it's going to be your clean fills, your concrete, your tile, your dirt, that kind of stuff. That's what we'll use the 10-yarders for. 15-yard, 20-yard, and 30-yarders is our trash dumpsters. It can be anywhere from just household trash to commercial waste, or commercial construction waste. So.
And then you have more than one truck, I'm guessing, if you have that many out?
Right now I've got 1 truck. The second truck is being built.
Okay.
We are kind of in a transition phase. We were set up for light commercial work and residential. We are slowly shifting over to heavy construction, or heavy commercial, heavy construction, heavyweight stuff. I would say we are probably right about 80% commercial right now, and then 20% residential. We offer both services. We offer residential, we offer commercial, we offer event dumpsters. Basically, I'm not going to limit you what you can use the dumpsters for. If you want to use it, you can use it.
Sure.
Funny thing is, someone asked me the other day if they could use my dumpster as a burn barrel.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I said, sure, go ahead. You're buying the dumpster, though.
Yeah, no kidding. It's going to be
So,
all bent out of shape. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Well, these dumpsters are $5,000 a piece. So if you want to use it as a burn barrel, I'll bill you for $5,000. I'll order me a new one. You can keep it.
Now, is that a 10? Is that 10 yard is about $5,000?
Um, yeah, the 15-yard dumpsters are going to be right around $5,000. But once you start getting into like the 30-yarders, to buy one of those, they're $6,000, $5,600 to
Okay.
6,000 range.
Okay. Wow.
More steel.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. And so what's your reach? How far are you willing to go? What makes sense as far as right now? What are you doing? Are you outside Springfield or what?
Yeah, we'll go about 40 miles. We'll go further if need be. But from a business standpoint, running down to Lampe, Missouri, which is about an hour drive, yeah, I'll do it. But by the time I get down there and back, I could have 3 dumpsters dropped in Springfield.
Yeah,
So
that's what I wondered. Yeah.
Lampe, I'll go to Lampe, but it's got to make enough sense to block off 3 potential dumpsters to run down to Lampe.
Sure. Yeah.
And I shouldn't pick on Lampe, but that's just the first thing that came to mind is one of the further distances.
That's okay. Not a problem. Okay. So a couple other things I'm thinking about. And are there certain things that are restricted from taking to the dump? I'm guessing there are. What are those things?
Is. So I cannot take brush to the landfill. I can take brush. Yeah, brush cannot go to the landfill. I had to take brush to a different facility, so I could haul brush. We just can't mix brush and trash. So if you've got brush at your house and trash at your house, sorry to say it, but you have to have 2 dumpsters. You can't just get away with one. And that's where it gets pricey. And then large appliances, that'd be like your hot water heaters, your washers, your dryers, refrigerators. Basically, if it can't fit on top of your kitchen counters, it can't go in the dumpster. That's for an appliance. That would also include mini fridges, because I know there's some mini fridges that can fit on a counter, but we can't use those either.
Okay.
I did not go after getting my hazard licenses, so I can't carry like mercury-containing items. I can't carry asbestos and that kind of stuff. There's a lot of headaches with that, so I don't ever think I will get my licenses for that. I'll just hire it out. And then, of course, human bodies. You can't throw human bodies in the dumpster.
Oh, that's good to know.
That's a big no-no. That's frowned upon.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Highly frowned upon.
I just was curious. So the brush thought, that surprises me because it's organic, right, in that regard. But
I think the big thing is that the brush and the sticks, if it's large enough, it could get into the tracks of the machines, and then it'll knock the tracks off the dozers. So I think it's a really, we don't want it there because we don't want to have to put a track back on the dozer. I mean, there could be other EPA rules and laws that I don't understand, but I think for the most part, it's 100% the risk to the machinery that's working out there. You know,
Got it.
I'm going to go look it up later, and I'm probably going to find out that brush doesn't break down like trash does in a landfill or something like that. It might have to do something with methane gases and brush when it dries out being highly flammable. So
got it. Now is the dump that you take everything to, the primary stuff up on 13 up there?
Yes and no. If I'm down in Taney County and I got a lot of work in Taney County, I'm not going to drive up to Springfield. I'll hit the Taney County transfer station. And then sometimes I use the Springfield transfer stations if it's a light enough load. If I'm running a 30-yarder, I include 3 tons of weight. So I'm already billing you for 3 tons of weight in the 30-yarder. But if I look at it and I go, well, this feels like a half a ton, I'm gonna run that to the transfer station, especially if I'm busy. Like today, me and one of my guys, we ran 19 dumpsters today. So something like that.
Was that outbound and inbound?
Outbound and inbound, yeah.
Okay, got it.
It was more outbound than it was inbound, but we had 2 loads be ran to the transfer station today, just because we didn't have time to run to the landfill.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, we had to go to the landfill. It's about 15-20 minutes to get in there, dump, and get out. Whereas the transfer station, if you time it right, I could be in there, dump, and out of there in 5 minutes. Plus, it's in Springfield.
It's in Springfield. Okay.
Yeah,
so
it's off
the
of
transfer Bennett. Okay. Yeah, I see it actually. So then they're taking it and then bringing it to the main dump from there. Is that what happens?
I don't really know where GFL and Republic Services is taking it. I do know they load it up into big semis, and they probably take it to their own landfills. Like I believe the one in Lamar is owned by Republic Services. Don't quote me on that. But Republic Services and GFL does own their own landfills.
Okay.
Springfield owns our landfill here in Springfield area. The city does. So.
And so you're charged by the landfill based on weight.
Correct. Based on weight. Yeah. And so when I show up, I go in, I weigh in. So they give the whole entire truck weight on the inbound. I go up the hill, I dump it, and then I come out. And then they weigh me on the outbound scales with everything dumped out, and then they just subtract the 2 weights, and that's what you threw in there.
I see. It makes perfect sense. So, if are there other, you said brush, appliances. Do the appliances do they go to a landfill or do they go to some kind of recycling place?
If we get them, we take them to a scrap yards.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
And then okay, that makes sense.
We have to bill for that kind of stuff too, because there's labor involved in there. There's actually 2 more items that I kind of drew a blank on for items you can't throw in a dumpster. It's going to be wet paint. Wet paint is a big one. The rules say as long as it's a solid, it can go to the landfill. In my opinion, cat litter mixed in with paint till it's a solid clumpiness. To me, that's solid. It's not wet paint anymore. It's just cat litter clumps that has paint involved in it.
Well, yeah, and they sell hardeners at Home Depot and stuff too, where you can drop that powder in there. And in fact, I got to do that eventually with some paint I have that's really old, like 10 years old kind of thing.
Yeah. And then it's clumping, the other item is tires.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so what's weird about them is if the tires are cut into thirds, so the sidewalls are cut out, then I could take them to the landfill. But if the sidewalls are not cut out, they cannot go to the landfill at all. And it's for mosquito control on that one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, very interesting. Now, if you pick up a dumpster and there's a couple tires on the bottom that you can't see, and they got the sidewalls are not out of them, and you dump that at the transfer station or at the, let's say at the dump itself, who's responsible for that? I mean, they're going to go, hey, you can't leave those here, right?
Yeah, so the guys on the dozers are going to look at me and say, hey, you got 2 tires, you got to take them with you. At that point, me or one of my drivers is going to have to load that tire back up and then take it to a recycling center. More than likely, just dropping it off at a tire shop. The way our contract is written is that, so let's say you rented a dumpster from us. All of the contents in that dumpster belongs to you until the proper facilities accepts the waste. So in other words, the 2 tires that they rejected at the landfill, they're still your tires. At that point, I'm going to bill you for it. I'm going to charge you $25 per tire to take care of it for you and take it to the proper places to dispose of them.
I see. Okay. That makes sense. Yep.
It's the same thing with the appliances too. Appliances are $150.
Oh,
just
okay.
because they're so much heavier than the tire.
Okay.
So.
Got it. Okay. And then like the appliances, of course, there's going to be compressor gas and stuff in those too that needs to be properly handled, I suppose. As well by the recycling center.
Yeah, well, and a lot of the times we just take it to the scrap yards and they deal with it and handle with it there.
Okay.
We really push for people not to even throw the appliances in there. As bad as it sounds, I tell people to take a picture of it, post it on Facebook, and put the word free on it. And then put it out on the curb, and I guarantee you by morning it's gone.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good way to do it. Then that way it's out of your, it's not your problem anymore, right?
Right. It's going to be a scrapper that comes by and picks it up. There's a lot of guys in the area that will come in, take all the metal you have for free, and then they'll take it apart, separate it out, because brass is a different price than tin. There's a different price for aluminum, a different price for radiators. That stuff takes a lot of time to break all that stuff down. And it's just, for me, it's just not worth it to have a storage building to take it all apart, separate everything, and then take it all in. There's too much time involved in it. There is some good money in it, but you're looking at commercial properties and what they cost nowadays. You're gonna have to run a ton of metal just to make your investment back.
Sure. And so is your business mostly word of mouth? Is that, it seems like, or is it, do you do advertising? What's your most?
Yeah. So, I mean, we do a lot of different things. We do the billboards, we do word of mouth, we do networking events, networking groups. We do word of mouth. There's Google ads and SEO, which is search engine optimization.
Right.
There's a whole entire master plan behind it. A lot of the stuff that we do, we try to have fun with it. So like our most recent billboard, it's a picture of a dumpster and a bunch of trash in it, and then it says "got" with a poop emoji, and then a question mark. So it's memorable. We're kind of playing off the old '90s "Got Milk" campaign. So this poop emoji actually has a milk mustache on it.
That's awesome.
I'll let you guys use your imagination what the poop emoji is supposed to say.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I love that. Are you wow, my phone's blowing up for some reason here. Anyway, sorry about that. In the scheme of things, then, it sounds like your growth is fairly rapid. I mean, in 5 years, that's a big growth that you've had. What would be an ideal client for you at this point in your business?
Yeah, so I always say that commercial contractors is kind of our cake. It's our cake, it's our icing on the cake. Whereas residential is kind of our cherry, maybe some sprinkles on it and that kind of stuff. But like our main goal is commercial contractors, home builders, and those people that are going to be turning and burning cans a lot.
I see.
The average residential is only going to be using a dumpster once, maybe every 5 to 10 years. So, which we're starting to see that. One of my first ever clients called me the other day and asked if we're still running cans. And I told him
Really?
that yeah, we switched from truck and trailer to running semis and big rigs.
Okay.
So we're actually going out to her house in about 2 weeks.
Wow. Well, good. Yeah, because it's very memorable when you're doing your presentations at our networking meetings where we met, and so that's pretty cool. I love that, and it's just trash talking is the way it is. All right. Well, cool. Before we close up here, is there anything you'd like to share that we didn't cover? I'm going to let you obviously give your contact information, but is there anything else you wanted to share about your business side?
Yeah. So on the dumpster, so as the dumpster industry, I always like to educate people. I'm not a very pushy salesperson. I'd rather you have every single piece of knowledge that you need to know about a dumpster rental. That way you feel comfortable making the right choice. There is a few things that's going on in the industry that people need to be aware of. There is some companies that are advertising really, really cheap dumpster prices. But what they're not telling you is there's a pickup fee. So let's say they advertise a dumpster at $200. That is super, super cheap for a dumpster. What they're not telling you is there's a $150 fee to come pick it up. And then we're going to charge you $60 per ton that you throw in there. There's also a fuel surcharge. There's an environmental waste percentage they put on it. I know one of the big companies, I'm not going to name which one, but they have a 2% waste fee. So if your total bill, after adding all the pickup fees, the tonnage and everything, let's say your total bill is $500, they're going to tack on another 2% for a environmental fee. Oh, on my end, it said reconnecting. I don't know if we're good or not.
Oh, there you go. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. I got a few of the words. So really, is there a way for them to disclose that when they sign an agreement or something?
Yes. So when you're calling for a dumpster company and you're getting your information, there's questions you need to ask. Is there a pickup fee? Is there a drop-off fee? Is there a dumping fee? Is there any fuel surcharges? Is there any environmental fees? The next thing is if you find a dumpster company on Facebook and they're asking you to send money by Zelle, do not do it. It is a scammer that's going to sell you a dumpster for $200 if you send it to them on Zelle. Then they're going to use a stolen credit card. Call me, order the dumpster with the stolen credit card, and then the dumpster's going to arrive. I'm going to get a notification that it was called fraudulent transaction. And then at that point, it's well, I wasn't paid for the dumpster, so I don't feel like I should be hauling your trash. But then you're mad because you paid for a dumpster, but it wasn't from me.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So what it is that you're paying a guy from India $200 for nothing.
Yeah.
I've seen videos of companies dumping loads back in people's driveways because of chargebacks.
Wow.
So if they want you to pay by Zelle, Cash App, Venmo, do not do it.
Okay. Okay.
And then the last thing is when you're interviewing your dumpster companies, make sure they are licensed, make sure they've insured. You can look up their business name on the Missouri business business license lookup pages. You could also call Greene County. If they're in Greene County, they can tell you if they got a business license in Greene County.
Okay.
Springfield will tell you, and then read the reviews. If there's a lot of people mad, there's a reason.
Got it.
But whether you guys use me or you use someone else, just my advice is ask questions. Ask all the questions and write it down.
Yeah, because most people, it's not every day they're getting a dumpster. Now for construction, that's more often, right? And they have experience with you from before, so they're probably gonna, know that you can be trusted to do that work for them, right? Yeah. Very cool. All right. Well, what's the best way to reach you if they're interested from this broadcast?
Yeah, so my phone number is 417-838-4398. We are open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 5. If it's outside of business hours, you can go to my website at roll-offexpressllc.com. On there, you can click order now, and you can actually put a order for the dumpster online. You don't even have to call me. So it'll let you pay for it, select your dates and everything. I always tell everybody, if you've got any questions about dumpster rentals, give me a call. I'll get every single question answered. And if I don't know the answer, I'll find the answer and call you back.
Oh, wow. Okay. Fantastic. All right. Well, this has been great. Tim, I appreciate you being on the podcast today. We'll wish you a very great weekend, and hopefully we'll get a chance to see you next week at our normal meeting, okay?
Hopefully so. We're slammed. We're busy.
Yeah. And all right. Well, thank you, sir. Have a great weekend.
You too. Give me a call. Let's talk trash.
All right.